Now they're out of the way. Hello and welcome. Good morning. I have decided to film this Barcelona trip in the end. It's a pretty short trip, down and back within the space of a week. So that was a couple of thousand miles, turned and burned pretty quickly. So straight down tip, come back, pick up at Paris. I don't know all the details of the jobs. I know I'm tipping down at the CCIB in Barcelona, which is one of the reasons why I decided to film this, because it's not the Ferry. Once I've tipped, early in the morning, start heading back up towards Paris. I'll then have the Sunday band to sit out. Can't imagine I'm going to be doing anything too exciting, just sitting in the services. That's a day I don't have to film. I can edit instead. Try and catch up again. They're like London buses. You wait for a foreign trip for ages and ages, and then 5 come along at once. Carry on up to Paris. There's 3 of us loading out of Paris. Now I know 3 people tipped into the Adidas arena, which is just inside the Periphery on the northern side of Paris. Anyway, to start with, it's going to be a nice, easy first part of the trip. Hop onto the M4, head to Heathrow. There's an air freight company somewhere just on the outskirts in a small little industrial estate. I'm going to pick up a load of gear that I assume has been air freighted over from somewhere, or back from somewhere. Yes. Head to Heathrow, load up, cross over if we can. I've been told by a couple of the guys in the yard this morning that all the ferries have descended into chaos because there's some search and rescue mission going on in the channel. You can probably assume who that's for. So yes, Dover may be a little bit of chaos. If it hadn't, it would have been fairly plain sailing, get over, and then I could have cracked down on a bit towards Paris tonight. We'll have to see how far we get when we get down there though, unless I get authorised to use the train. Pull off here, back onto the A4, turn off here, go down the A4 for a little bit, cross over the M25, and then somewhere on the left will be the industrial estate that I want. Not there. Is it this one? This looks familiar. There is the Transport Cafe. If you watch my video when I was with Lena, that's where she spent the night, and then I picked her up in the morning. And we carried on with this way down towards the hotel at Heathrow. We're over the M25, and then the next available turning to the left, I think. Add blue level, very low. Don't worry, I'm going to be filling up soon. Oh, is that the staff car park over there then, is it? That's alright. They've got their own little bit of parking away from the airport. How interesting. And if you're thinking that this is quite a wiggly little back road, yes, it is. But it is the only one that you're able to take in a truck, because they've blocked the road off so you can't drive in through the village. Because, you know, can't have trucks going through the village. Oh no. Oh. So instead of going down a nice road through a village, they make you go in the horrible way that avoids the village. So here's the road on the right that they've blocked off with this little barrier here. Come on, it's only a ridge and you can get around there. You coming out? I assume I'll drive forward and you can come out. Back it up a little bit, and now we can get round the corner. I think I'm catching me wheels. No, I put it in tortoise mode, that's the problem. Unit 15. This does appear to be the one. I will park on the road for now and see if they want me to back on the door or not. Right, I'm backing it on, but they've opened up the big door to Unit 14, so it makes life a bit easier. Get myself away from the curb, makes life a bit easier. No one coming up the road at the moment. Fit? Not really. It's a shame that door doesn't open a couple more inches, really. Nice little simple carne. And then big fat boy carne. They must have had some additional items on here. 4,363 on that one. Nice. Big old fat carne, lovely. Next job, find out how to get back to the M25 and get down to Cobham. Fill up with AdBlue. What else do I need to do? I think that's everything apart from get the AdBlue. And it turns out I'm not tipping in the underground loading bay, I am tipping up on street level. So you won't get to see the underground loading bay at the CCIB this time. It's not on the ramp either, it's a bit that I've never seen trucks go to, you know, a little alleyway between the halls. So take this little slip road. This is like the main entrance for the central terminals, 1 and 3 is it now? 2 and 3. And you get the little model of the A380. It used to be Concorde back in the day. So they've changed it for the Emirates A380 now. So take that little sneaky slip road, brings us down to here. And we can get on the M4. Made it to the services. Miles we're on so far. 5,233 miles so far on this tank of AdBlue. I think it's getting better and better. I used to get about 4,007, 4,008. It's slowly been creeping up as the engine runs in more and more. There, fill in the paperwork and then fill up with AdBlue. Because it's a Euro spec truck, it's got an endurance tank, so it's about 85-90 litres to fill it up from empty. Well, that was no good. The old pump broke as I was using it. I only got 23 litres, but that'll cover me for this trip at least. Can always stop again down in Dover. What do we want to head to? Towards Gatwick. That blue there was also really expensive. It was $1.76 a litre. Even at motorway prices, the diesel's only $1.67. Back in my day, I remember when AdBlue used to be 70 odd p a litre. It's like half the price of the diesel. Don't know if Dover's still in a bit of pandemonium, but the signs are lit up saying 40 miles an hour. Now it comes to a halt. So there is a queue still going into the port. Well, that has ruined my nice day. If that's the case, I was looking on to potentially get past Paris today, because I've not even gone 6 hours yet. Yeah, there's another one. Warbur's, is that? The guy behind me pulled out and went down there, so I think I might just do the same. Another one sleeping. Come on, sometime today. Normally they close the roundabout off, so I'm going to assume they've done the same thing. So I definitely don't want to sit in this queue twice. Would it be worth calling it a day or waiting a few hours? I don't know, it's a long old queue. If it's not moving particularly quickly, it's not the end of the world. I've got half a day, 3/4 of a day in hand, so I can afford to park up here for the night and call it a day. And then set off super early in the morning. That's always a possibility. He's not waving me down. Or she even. So they haven't closed off the roundabout, so I can get out that way. That's nice to know. Excellent, that will do. Well, that was much better than sitting in the queue for like 2-3 hours. Fingers crossed that motorists are quick and they don't change their minds and shut that roundabout off and then get this done, get back out and join the shorter queue. Yeah, it's taken quite a while tonight. Been sat here for over an hour. And I've just gone in and it's not ready despite the fact, yeah, my GMR has been released and yet the carnets have not reappeared. So I don't know what's going on. So give it another 10 minutes and see if they're ready. Right, let's get moving. See what this queue is like. Was that about an hour and a half, I think? Just over in the end to get sorted. According to Google, there's no queue anymore. Filling in a lot of area. I don't know if they're reclaiming stuff from the harbour, expanding this area. It would be nice, make the parking a little bit bigger, a lot bigger, if that's anything to go by, because it goes all the way back over there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this used to be the sea right here in the harbour. They've backfilled a massive amount of it. Only 2 lanes open usually means it's pretty quiet. Oh, they're ferry services catching up with themselves. There's a little bit for Irish, a little bit for DFDS. Hey, we're in! And it looks quite nice. We're on the 1850 boat, which is in half an hour. Unfortunately, there is a 2-hour delay currently, so it's going to be nearish 9 o'clock by the time I actually get on the boat. So it'll be near 11 by the time I get off, which gives me 2 hours to do something. Getting dark pretty quickly now. Winter is on its way. Clocks go back this weekend actually, which is going to be a bit confusing. Clocks go forward because I've gone into Europe, and then they go back an hour, which will be back to the normal UK time, and then they'll go back again once I cross back over into the UK. Oh, it's going to be a very confusing time. Down below, yeah, okay, thanks. That's cool. Nice bit of LOFO. Last on, first off. Move right up tight. Do that. Lights off, into neutral, back on brake. Boosh. Engine off. Get round to customs. Get done ASAP, and I might just about have 2 hours of driving left. Any parking available on the end here. It's looking pretty full, and I've come up that at a very bad angle. Should have moved over a lot sooner. Will it go? Will it go round? Oh, just about. There's the red one in the mirror, so the gap should be behind me. Yes, there it is. Excellent. That will do. Let's go do customs, blah 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 blah. Let's go and do customs. I never saw the other guy, as one of our 12 tonners was on the boat. No, somehow we missed each other. And he saw me just driving off the boat. But he's going to Warsaw in Poland. I'm going to Barcelona. He's staying here for the night. And I'm going to crack on down the road so my 4.5 hours doesn't run out in a weird spot around Paris. Don't know if I'll get to the services with the time I've got left, but we will get down the road somewhere. Back to using toll booths again, which I'm not so keen on. What I am keen on though is free toilets and showers again, that I can use as and whenever I want. Come on, it's supposed to be a what's in motion one. Pull in here, see what the parking situation is like. I've not seen any trucks on the road. I can't even remember if I've been overtaken even since leaving Calais. Is there just one solitary truck? No, there's a second one. Ooh, UK plates. park next to him then. 3 trucks, that's it. Nice. Little toilet block. Oh really? You've decided to do a regen now? There we go, very nice. Nicely done. So, clock off in a few minutes, getting towards 1 o'clock UK time, 2 o'clock French time, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 AM on a 9-hour break before we can get going. That means parking's going to be a little bit tricky tomorrow, because it's going to be late parking up. Probably won't go too crazy, just do a 9-hour drive. Not a 9-hour plus 45, 10 hours. I'll be parking up about 9 o'clock in the evening probably. The little parking areas like this are usually alright, as you can see. 2 o'clock in the morning, there's only 2 other trucks here. So that's one benefit. We're not in Germany, so I'm not struggling for spaces. Actually, just before I go to bed, that guy's gone, so now it's just the 2 of us. The camera can see 1 star there. Is that about it? That's about it, I think. Yeah, camera can't see nothing. But it's like a dark sky reserve here. There's millions of stars. Must be able to see the moon at least. Yeah, there it is over there. See the moon and 1 star, just the brightest of them all. But there are millions of stars out. It's like a proper dark sky reserve round here. Stars everywhere you look, big clusters of them. I don't know if is that the Milky Way right above us, just about visible. It's not quite. Very strong. There are so many stars, it's crazy. Oh, there's a tiny little meteorite over there as well, I think. There's something zipped past and disappeared. Morning! What an absolutely crazy sky last night. It was unbelievable how many stars there were. I did have this parking space all to myself up until about 5-10 minutes ago. And then a load of cars have just turned up and now gone. And a load of trucks have appeared. I assume, because it's getting towards lunch, everyone's parking up for their midday 45-minute break and a bit of lunch, whereas I'm only just starting my day. Lovely. Well, I won't be making it to Spain today, so I'll be parking in France somewhere, as long as we don't stop on the south coast in crime hotspot alley, Costa del Crime. We should be fine, although there's always Beziers if I manage to get that far south. Right, let's get a move on. We crack on down. Didn't quite get as far as I wanted to yesterday. I was hoping to get past Amiens. I ended up about 15-20 minutes short. So it's a slightly longer run down to Paris than I would have had. And we've now also got to do Paris in the daytime, so there will be traffic around. Not far from Paris now. Traffic is picking up, but it's still moving at quite a nice rate. The real test will be the A86 once we get on there, if there's traffic or not. Everywhere else is usually alright. The back roads, yeah, it's more the traffic lights that are the problem rather than traffic, but we will see how things look in a moment. But we're definitely on the outskirts of Paris now. Coming down onto the A86, and first impressions are quite good. This lane's free to move over at least, and if I could move over one more, that would be fantastic. Yeah. Lovely, look at that. So if it could stay like this, that would be lovely, moving quite nicely. The rest of it is looking quite nice. It's just going to be the traffic lights that hold us up. Not that I can see, because there's a truck in front of me. Yes, go along here, take that left-hand turn, up over the hill, pick up A13, A12, the N12. We're going to stay on the N12, cut the corner at the bottom of Paris, and then eventually pick up the A10. So one thing I don't like about France is they have the lights here, but they don't put repeater lights up in front. So if the light changes right in front of you and you slam your brakes on, but you overshoot slightly, the lights are then back behind you and you don't know if they've gone green or not. There we go, back on the motorways. I didn't time how long that took, but it was not too bad. 30-40 minutes maybe. Saves you going all the way out and around Paris and down to like Rouen and across the back country that way. That takes a long time as well. I think, pretty sure, it certainly feels it at least, that it's the quickest way. Just north of Orleans, getting lowish on time. There's no services around Orleans until after it, and I ain't going to be able to make that, so stop at this services here, park up, have a 45, crack on for the next 4.5 hour stint, and then we'll have to see how much time I've got or how far away I am from Barcelona, and then work out whether I need to do that extra hours of driving today or not. Truck parking to the right, I can assume it's all of that. It is. Do a loop around in here, have I? Okay. Here will do. That will do. On break, have lunch, and then see how much further we can get. Easy. Probably last video before it gets dark, so since we've got a little bit of light left, do an update. All is going good. How far are we? About an hour tops from Clermont-Ferrand. As long as we get past that, I think we're alright. Another hour and 3/4 to go, so plenty of time. Yep. Trucks are few and far between now. I think everyone's pretty much parked up and called it a day. Very long slip road for this one. I'm pulling this little rest area here. Let's see what the parking situation is like. If it's no good, can have a 45 and carry on. Oh, there's one space right on the end. Well, it's this place I've stopped here before. Is that one kind of 2 spaces? That's, yeah, 2 spaces. Right, we'll call it a day here then, I think, because I'm past Clermont-Ferrand. Come on, trailer, move over. There we go, that's better. And it is, according to Google, 586 kilometers, 5 hours 37 minutes in a car. 586 divided by 90, just over 6.5 hours of driving. Easily doable. Excellent. Alright, we'll park here then. 5 is a 9-hour stop. I don't think we need to quite get up that early. Could we do a 7 AM start? That puts me in Barcelona for about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, no need to rush then. Have a lie in. Start at, have an 11-hour rest. Start at 8:30, 7:30. Lovely.